The Washington Capitals beat the New York Rangers and keep their playoff hopes alive. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not much of a hockey fan, but it's fun to see a local team, a Washington team, actually doing good for a change. That rarely happens these days. Welcome to the oh gosh, what's today? Saturday. The Saturday 23 of April edition of Dave TV. Lil Mo apparently is gone from PGC. She moved over to afternoons there at the Urban Contemporary station on 95.5, CBS owned, back about a year ago, back in March of 2010, when Big Tigger got moved to the afternoons, to the mornings. He was in the afternoons. He got moved to mornings after Donnie Simpson left, and Lil Mo came and took over the afternoon slot. Well, apparently she's getting back into the recording business after taking a couple-year hiatus, and will be leaving the station. She's left it already or whatever. So anyhow, yep, just real time there. We're looking at the Caps there. It's 5:49 p.m. as I'm taping this, and the Caps have just won. Woohoo! 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 So anyhow, a little bit of fun there. Oh, what a day. Okay, so this morning I go out about 7:30, and I got my Washington Post. No Washington Post in front of my place. I get it every day. No Post. I'm going, what the heck? There's no snow out there today, although it could have snowed, I guess, with as cold as it was yesterday. So I go to the Washington Post website, and I type in, didn't get my paper, da-da-da-da-da. And then about 20 minutes later, I hear the paper hit the front door. Okay, it's about 8 o'clock, quarter of 8, whatever. I go, oh, what the heck? Okay, there comes the paper. Get the paper, everything's fine. I'm sitting there doing some errands this morning, and about 9 o'clock, doorbell rings, and I go out, and there's another paper out. I don't know, man. I thought maybe the Post would figure out, hey, we got our papers late to this particular area, and, whatever complaints we get, we'll just attribute it to that. But no, so now I got 2 posts to Saturday, partial Sunday Post. So whatever the heck. This is what makes me mad about journalism. I'll tell you. Look at this. Diane Sawyer. This is today's Washington Post. Awful. Yeah. What does that smell? Oh, it's the style section. Ugh. That has a particularly reeky smell to it. Diane Sawyer, dressed in black and wearing Christian, I don't know how you say this, Louboutin heels, was at the museum this week, and she selected the movie The China Syndrome to discuss. Jane Fonda and Michael Douglas. You know what? I'm getting awful tired of these pillars of journalism, these major anchors doing dumb shit stuff. Dressed in black and wearing a designer. Come on, Diane, get off the stage. Let's have a real journalist in there doing this damn ABC News. George. It's time for George Stephanopoulos, man. It's like Katie Couric. Katie Couric is going to fly to London so she can anchor the CBS coverage of the marriage of the prince or whatever on Friday. Katie couldn't even be bothered to go to Tokyo to cover the earthquake. She stayed there in the studio. Okay, at least Diane Sawyer went to Japan. At least she, had the guts to go to Japan. Katie's just this little princess, queen of luxury. Can't cover the real stories. Now we're going over there for this way overcovered, pompous royal thing. I love British stuff. I love British history. I love British culture. I've been to London many times. I love it over there. I love London. It's a wonderful place, and I love England, and I love British television, and I love Fawlty Towers, and To the Manor Born, and As Time Goes By, and Ab Fab, and I love all that. I love that British stuff. I just, and I like the Queen. The Queen's a cool chick, but I'm just not a royal fan. The royal family, a bunch of pompous doofuses, and I don't know. I guess they got to cover it, but what the hell? Okay, this is the Examiner. Phew, what's that smell? Oh, it's that crappy little Examiner. Look at this. In the news, this is yesterday's Yays and Nays, even worse gossip column than the Post has. NBC sports director Dan Haley and weatherman Doug Kammerer took a break from the news grind to bag groceries for donations at the social Safeway in Georgetown. People with disabilities fundraising campaign. Okay, I guess that's cool, you know. Why do all these media celebs always go to the social Safeway in Georgetown? You know, why don't they go to the damn grocery store in Anacostia or Northeast or somewhere like that, Benning Road? You know, they always go to the social Safeway in Georgetown. I don't know. You know, and you know what? If you're going to do fundraising stuff, can't you, you know, to do this little ditty thing at the social Safeway in Georgetown? I don't know. I guess it's good that they're raising money, but you know, it seems like a pretty lame excuse for a fundraiser. There's a lot more you really could do if you really wanted to do it. I read these things and go, ugh. And then of course there's old dingbat Ann Coulter. Ugh. God, what a queen of mean. I don't know, man. I just sometimes journalism drives me crazy. So it's going to be one hell of a next weekend, right? We got the royal wedding with all these pompous-ass celebrity journalists over there like Katie Couric. And then on the next day, we've got the pompous-ass journalists from Washington all doing that White House Correspondents Association dinner, man. It's just going to be a weekend from hell of pompous a-hole celebrity journos, man. You might just want to go into a coma for Friday and Saturday and you miss it all. All right, folks. What's the big news? We did Lil Mo there. Good for her. Interesting. Tomorrow's Washington Post, Saturday's Post. Check out Patrick Pexton's. He's the new ombudsman. He looks at the Washington Post's efforts to bolster its local news coverage. A funny thing in the article, he even admits that the newspaper got beat out during the recent Potomac River flooding by WTOP's WTOP.com coverage. And he is quoted as saying, "Isn't it ironic that a radio station has better photos than the Post?" Now that is wild. I mean, a radio station has better photos than the Washington Post. Wow. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to. My pompous journos bit here. One more thing I wanted to point out, so I can find it here. It was on the Politico site. This on media site at the Politico. It's kind of a lame ass site. But what was one of the lame ass articles in there? Oh God, I hate this website. What is it? What's today? The 23rd. Tom Brokaw's apartment goes for $11 million. Oh, here it is. Jake Tapper, pompous, arrogant celeb journo for ABC, covers the White House. Jake Tapper, he has won the Merriman Smith Award for excellence in presidential coverage under a deadline pressure for the second year in a row. You know, he has this luxury beat of covering the White House. He's a celeb journalist who covers political celebrities. Cushy, pompous-ass journalism, the cushiest beat you can get in journalism. And he's given an award. I just love the award. He's awarded, and ABC News has this big, oh, isn't he wonderful? Hey, Jake, go to Libya. Man, do something hard for a change. Maybe then your praise will be justified. Pompous ass. I'm tired of these pompous ass journos. Gosh. Anyhow, that's it for me today. Go Caps. On to the next round. The semifinals. Woohoo! Finally, a Washington team that's going to win something, hopefully. Take that to the bank, Dan Snyder. An interesting thing, some journalist, columnist ragged on Dan Snyder and made some comment about Dan Snyder's father, who's passed away many moons ago. So go to the DC Sports Blog to read about that, too. That's an interesting little kerfuffle of Craziness. I don't know. Crazy, crazy. The world's going crazy. It's crazy out there. Have a nice one and have a great weekend. And happy Easter to everybody. And don't forget to stay tuned.